In this video, I interview Michelle Morales. She tells us how she got started in dancing. She gives us tips to grow as dancers. And she also lets us know how to get over the fear of performing.
Okay, I have a twin brother. I have a 5-year-old daughter. I am mixed with Jamaican and Guatemalan. Or I grew up in the hood.
Hello, my name is Edwin, and I'm the coordinator of the IESocial, taking place every third Saturday of the month at the Dance Center in Redlands. I'm here with Michelle Morales, dancer, competitor, and just all-around joyful person. She's going to be joining us Saturday, March the 18th at the Dance Center in Redlands. I'm very glad to have you here. I've been looking forward to this interview as someone who I met actually dancing in the Inland Empire.
Yeah.
It almost feels like we're bringing you home for a little bit.
Aww.
And so I'm very excited to be able to show this interview later to the Inland Empire dance community, particularly so that they can know all the good things that you have going on in your life now that you've made the transition and live in the greater Los Angeles area. Tell us how you got started in dancing.
Actually, dancing and listening to music has always been a part of my life. My family loves dancing.
Awesome.
My mom especially. I would say I definitely started around the age of 7.
Oh, wow.
My mom choreographed to the song La Sopa, what is it? Sopa de Caracol.
Yeah.
Sopa de Caracol.
Yeah.
Yeah. And she choreographed to it, and she had me dance it.
Really cool.
At my school during a morning assembly.
Wow.
And that was my first performance.
Okay.
So I started then. Then after that, I've just been interested in dancing. I've been in dance teams. I've done hip hop, pop. I've done drill team.
Okay.
I did drill team in high school. We competed. Wow. I've also had my own team, my own drill team. I remember maybe around the age of 9,
okay,
I watched Sábado Gigante.
There you go.
Right?
Shout out to Don Francisco.
Right? Yeah. And I remember watching a salsa couple.
Okay.
And I remember thinking to myself, like, I want to do that.
Wow.
I fell in love with it.
As far back as 9.
9.
Wow.
Yeah.
Cool.
So I always had that in mind. I didn't pursue it right away. I mean, I was young. I pursued something else. I mean, hip hop and all that. But then in college, I remember when I transferred out of junior college to CSUN.
Okay.
I remember making it a goal to get into a salsa club or learning salsa.
Awesome. Shout out to Cal State Northridge.
Yes. And I joined Salsa Libre.
Okay, cool.
Yeah. And then I was a part of the club. And we ended up hiring Laura Lou. And
awesome.
I performed with her first. She trained us first. She taught us the fundamentals.
Shout out to LL.
Yes. And then after that, we performed. Then I started my master's program, so I had to take a break. Okay. And then, so I probably danced for about 2 years before I took a break. And then I came back. And when I came back, I started back in Riverside. But I still came back to Laura Lou, so I did our couples team. And then I also joined Joe Quiñones, the Bachata, and I did that for about 6 to 8 months.
Shout out to Joe Quiñones.
And then after that, I went back to my fundamentals. Yeah. I started with Jimmy Rumba and Lulu at Stevens, and I did that for about 6 to 8 months.
Wow.
I'm still in contact with them, and I still train with Jimmy here and there, depending on what I'm working on.
Cool.
And then after that, I ended up joining Stephanie Stevenson. And I've been with her for 2 years.
So many people that have influenced your dance, and I think that's so awesome. You hear these key names come out, these really key names that are part of the dance community here in, you know, LA, Inland Empire, OC area. So shout out to all you guys who Michelle just mentioned, because you guys are literally laying down the foundation for dancers like Michelle, and you know, and still more to come.
Then I actually started training with Shanita Moore.
Wow.
Yes,
okay.
I did.
Cool.
I trained with her for about 8 months. I still plan on working with her. It's just all, like I said before, it depends on what I'm working on.
Okay.
And then after that, I started training with Kimberly Flores, and I trained with her for a year.
Really
We're still
cool.
friends. I still plan on working with her too.
That's awesome.
So the people, my go-to people right now, are also Paco Evangelista. So I train with Paco Evangelista. I've been doing that for about 2 years now. So
Okay.
I go to him. I do private so that he can help me with my technique
All right,
and
cool.
to, you know, work on my performance and, you know, what I intend to do with my movement when I'm doing it and things like that.
Really cool.
Yeah. So then, and now I'm also working with Violeta Salsera. She's also helping me with my technique.
Wow.
And it's just people that I go to that I trust, that I have a really close relationship with.
And I think really props to mom here, because as Michelle mentioned, like it all started when mom had her do a choreo to Sopa de Caracol. So now,
That is the best.
you know, to go
Yes.
from back then all the way to where you're at now, and you know, the sky's the limit, continue
Yes.
growing, all that good stuff. So congratulations to you, and congratulations to everybody who's had an influence, you
Yes.
know, in your dance. Tell us some advice for beginning dancers, okay? They come on board, they're exposed to salsa or bachata, and all of a sudden they're just like, I want to learn this, you know? But then the frustration, some of the growing pains, some of the, you know, what you're hearing and seeing doesn't exactly correlate to your body movement.
Right.
So give them some tips as far as what they can do and how, you know, how they can be patient with this entire process.
One of the things that I
Yeah.
learned was actually with Jimmy Rumba.
Okay.
He helped me understand that it was a process and to be patient, to be consistent, and also to submerge yourself in it. So
Awesome.
to make sure that you're listening, you're living it, you're eating it, you're breathing it,
Yeah.
you're exposing yourself to it as much as you can so that you can progress as fast as you can if that's what you want. But the more you expose yourself to it, the better you acquire the skill.
Really cool.
Yeah, so, but mainly just be patient with yourself and know that it's a process.
Cool.
Learn your fundamentals.
Yes.
And then, because I feel like part of the pressure is going out to the club and seeing all these great dancers who know how to play with the music or know,
Yeah.
you know, things like that. And it's frustrating when you can't do that. I remember when Jimmy told me, when I was getting frustrated, he told me, you know, you have to know that everything comes, that, you know, it's a process. But he said, first you have to learn how to use a floor. So learning how to step, learning how, you know, where your feet are gonna go, and then learning how to lead or learning how to follow comes with it.
Okay.
Then you master that, and then after, but obviously it takes time. But eventually,
Yeah.
once you master that and you learn how to listen to the music and things like that, then eventually you learn how to play with the music. But everything, I mean, I'm still working on learning how to play with the music, but I've already mastered how to use a floor.
Yeah.
When we're talking about social dancing, how to use a
Yeah.
floor, I've already mastered how to follow. There's moments where who doesn't get off, but still
Yeah.
I've already worked on that, right? So now I'm on the third stage, I would
Yes.
say, where I'm learning how to play with the music.
Michelle, there's social dancers out there who are possibly fearful of taking the stage. What suggestions would you have for them to get over that fear and take that leap and actually get on the stage?
I would say know your routine. So practice a lot. And then when you practice, I would also suggest practicing it like you're going to perform it, like you would
Okay.
perform it.
Okay.
So smiling, going full out, using your core and things like that. But most of all, since we're talking about a beginner going into performing, I would suggest knowing your routine,
Okay.
like the back of your hand, in order for you to feel comfortable in it.
Okay.
I also want to add to remember to have fun.
Oh, yeah.
And do it for yourself. And by that I mean do it because this is something that you want to improve in and you want to do well in. But mainly have fun and know that there is no such thing as being perfect. I struggle with that. Because that's hard. When you look at yourself, it's always hard to look at yourself when you're performing because you see all your imperfections, or at least you think that they're imperfections. So I would say know that there is no such thing as perfection, and that the more you expose yourself to performing, the better you get.
How do you keep that fire going in dance? What do you do to keep growing and expanding? What does Michelle do?
You know what? I've reached a point in my dance career where I am ready to find myself as a dancer. So I'm having a lot of fun with that. So what I'm doing is now because I've been blessed and fortunate to have mentors like Stephanie Stevenson and Jimmy and Kimberly Flores, and I feel they've always encouraged me to find what makes me unique as a dancer.
Okay.
And they always push me to look into that. And they always, one of the advices that I remember specifically from Kimberly was, you know, when she's choreographing a routine, she doesn't only look at salsa dancers, or she doesn't get inspired only by salsa by looking up salsa videos. She gets inspired by looking at jazz or whatever the instruments are calling for. Really cool. So right now I feel like I'm having fun with it because through our conversations and through their encouragement and things like that, I've learned some of my strengths, and that's, you know, Afro is one of my strengths. Spinning is one of my strengths. So really cool. I know that I want to learn, you know, I want to incorporate jazz into my movement and things like that. So now I'm branching into learning Afro, I'm branching into learning jazz and things like that. So that's how I'm pushing myself. It's just I'm having fun with getting to know myself as a dancer, and I can't wait to continue to grow and put that out there on the dance floor.
One of the things that I particularly remember about meeting you is just that golden smile. Okay, you're a very cheerful, joyful person. And I primarily have seen you in a dance setting. Tell us why that is. Why is Michelle so joyful?
I'm just naturally a happy person. I laugh. I find joy in the littlest things, from the way that people react to certain things in their environment or what people say to, I'm just a happy person. But mainly I feel like that comes from my mom. My mom's a very happy person too. We both like to dance. She loves to dance. She'll put on reggaeton and she'll get up and start breaking it down. Yeah. Mom breaks it down. Mom breaks it down.
Wow. All right. Yeah. Shout out again to Mom. Shout out to Mom for breaking it down.
Yes. And she gets down too.
And she gets down. Wow.
So I feel like, but aside from that, I have a lot of things to be happy about. I feel like I'm in a really good place in my life right now. From what I do for a living, to where I'm at as a dancer, to who I have or who I surround myself with, the people that I have in my life within the dance scene and outside of the dance scene. I'm just, my significant other, I'm just happy. I'm just very happy. So I project that.
Good.
Because I'm just smiling when I think about those things. So I'm just very happy.
So that does it for the first set of questions. We're going to go ahead and go into the lightning round, starting in 3, 2, 1. First question in the lightning round: calling or texting?
I actually like to talk.
Okay.
So I would say call.
How about cats or dogs?
Cats.
Cats.
I'm a cat lover, yes.
Cat lover. All right. I think you're our first cat lover.
Yeah.
A book every dancer should read.
A book everyone should read.
Wow. A book everyone
But really,
should read.
dancer, yeah. It would be The Rhythm of Life. I'm currently reading that book. I'm finishing it up. And it's by Matthew Kelly.
How about a movie every dancer should see?
You know what? I'm going to be honest with you. I don't really watch movies.
Okay.
Nor do I watch TV.
Okay.
So I don't have like a recommendation.
Okay.
I would say watch Netflix.
Salsa clubs or socials?
I would say salsa clubs if there's a live salsa band.
Salsa, bachata, or cha-cha-cha, last song of the night, choose one.
Salsa.
One item or accessory that every dancer should have.
Shoe bag.
A celebrity or a performer that you hope to one day dance with.
Well, because I'm a soloist,
Yeah.
I haven't thought about that.
Okay. Facebook, Instagram, or Snapchat? Choose one.
Facebook.
What's one thing that you would make sure to have if there was a zombie apocalypse?
A protein bar.
A protein bar?
Yeah.
You're going to throw protein bars at them?
No, I'd eat it.
Oh, you eat it. Okay.
Right?
Yeah, I mean, I guess if that, yeah.
Because
to
you said
survive.
what I would take to survive food. I like food.
Okay, so protein bar though.
Protein, so I can eat it little by little
Okay.
whenever I get hungry.
Oh, a little bit. Okay, a protein bar.
A protein bar. What? I mean, otherwise I'm going to die anyway.
Yeah. That does it for the end of the lightning round. Thank you so much, Michelle, for participating.
That was fun.
What do you foresee as the future of salsa and bachata?
What do I foresee? I believe that salsa and bachata are going to continue to evolve.
Okay.
I feel like new styles are going to continue to be added.
Yeah.
I feel like that's what makes dancers unique. That's what
Really
keeps
cool.
people interested. I feel like eventually people get bored, and somehow they figure out ways to make the dance more interesting, or just make something new.
Really
I
cool.
recently learned that they're adding zouk to salsa.
Wow.
Yeah.
Zouk and salsa.
Zouk and salsa.
Zouk, salsa,
Zouk salsa.
salsa zouk. Tell us about upcoming future projects for you.
Okay. Well, this year I'm actually focusing on training, getting my technique down, focusing on my strengths and things like that, because I will be competing. I will be going to the summit with Stephanie Stevenson's team.
Wow. Good luck.
And I'll also be, thank you. And I'll also be doing my solo. Hopefully we'll go to Worlds.
Wow.
And so I'm really focusing on just having my things down so that I can shine as much as I can out there. Awesome. Yeah. And then I'm assisting Stephanie Stevenson while she's on maternity leave. So that's exciting. It's going to allow me to tap into just figuring out ways to help the team out. And that's fun because eventually I do want to teach.
Yeah.
And then I'll be assisting Jimmy. He teaches at Alpine Village. He's going to start his new series March 19th. I
Really
believe
cool.
it's from 2:30 to 4:30.
Okay.
From 4 to 6. So, but you can message me and I'll refer you to him, or you can message him. So I'll probably be assisting him there, and then he also has something going on from 1 to 2:30 in Pasadena, and I'll be helping him out here and there, just so that I can learn different ways on how to teach students, because
Really
eventually that is my goal.
Okay.
But that's not my focus right now. But I'm fortunate to have them guide me. I feel like I'm still in school.
Awesome.
So that I can eventually provide the best instruction I can.
Awesome. And I think you tapped into something that people mention a lot, and I feel like that's really where a lot of the fire comes from, and that is to always remain a student, no matter how good you become, that sort of thing. So thank you for sharing that with us. How can people connect with you? How can they get in contact with you?
They through Facebook.
Facebook? Okay, so we'll make sure to include Michelle's Facebook information there.
Or approach me.
Okay.
You
Or
can see me out there dancing.
the great dancer that's always smiling. That would be Michelle. So folks, if you haven't already, please go ahead and hit the like button. Subscribe to the IESocial page. If you're watching these on YouTube, go ahead and like and subscribe as well. Thank you so much again for joining us. Join us Saturday, March the 18th as Michelle takes the stage and does her solo performance. Ask her out to a dance. Ladies, pay particular attention to that styling, that movement that is so graceful from Michelle. And Michelle, thank you so much for being here with us. And we look forward to seeing you March the 18th.
I'm excited.
You're excited? All
Yes.
right, cool. We'll catch you guys later. Thank you.
Bye.
Which one was a lie?
I don't have any kids.
All right, no children.
No.